Hi guys, today's lesson 7. We're now go. This is another lesson about using the pen extension, and for this lesson, we're going to make a pen trail. So that also so when I move this sprite around, it's going to leave a trail behind. It's gonna leave a trail behind. How I'll do that is, well, see this stamp button. I've already talked about this before in our last lesson. It stamps out a clone of this, and this is not what the clone function does. Uh, for the clone function, you can you the for the clone function, you can uh, you can you can write the code of what the clone is going to do, but for the stamp, there's no code that the clone is going to do, so it's basically going to do nothing. It's just going to stay there like that. Plus, this is not plus what this stamp function is not a clone, as when I would make a clone, this clone bar will go up. Well, I'm use I'm using Turbo Warp, which is a mod of Scratch, so I can see the clone count. But in normal vanilla Scratch, which you probably downloaded, I've told you how to download it from our first episode of our first lesson. And if you haven't know, and if you don't know how to download it, maybe you should go back to the first episode. Plus, we've also made a shooter game too, the fifth episode. So now, I'll just delete this. I'll just delete the stamped clone by erase all. Sorry. So when the green flag clicked, of course we're going to delete all the stamped clones we made while we travel. No, yeah, we also forgot. We also delete the clone we made. The green flag, yeah, it's gone. So it's going to erase all, but first we want the sprite to move. So, for now, we'll just let it go to the mouse pointer. Yeah, now the sprite is now going to the mouse pointer. Okay, so the stamp button stamps out a clone, right? What if I put this in this Revel loop? Oh look, we've made a trail, but we now need to find a way to clear the screen of these, and that and after we're able to clear the screen, we're able the we've now made a pen trail, like after when we clear the screen. But since we're not clearing the screen, there is just a lot of stamped clones. I'm just gonna click the eraser because it's hurting my eyes to look. Okay, so now we found a way to generate the trail. Now we need to somehow find a way to clear it. So what my thought process is, the stamp goes first, then the erase the code that's going to erase will go first, then the code that's going to stamp this, which is going to be the stamp block, will then go. Well, but can't you just use an erase all button here? But as you can see, when I put this erase all block, it won't generate any clones. Because, well, we're just erasing all the stamped clones that will make our trail, so we cannot do that. Instead, we're going to make another sprite. This sprite will be will be the way that well will make the trail. So we're gonna set its position to the middle. Then I'm gonna color this white. It matches the background. It matches the background. Of course, we want the player to be at the front, so we'll put this in the back layer. Go to back. This here. Then we can now see our beautiful cat. I love this trigger when it's on the front back. And we also want this cat to be at the front. So we'll go to the looks and go to this front layer. So my thought process is how to make this. Well, there are gonna be two broadcast blocks. One that's going to delete the trail, and the other will make the stamped clones that will form the trail. Let's make those broadcast blocks. We're gonna take the stamp out and broadcast. Click on new message and type tick. Well, this tick here, maybe I should delete trail to make it stand out. Then for this one, we're gonna stamp the clone, create message stamp, then in when I receive stamp. So this stamp broadcast block is going to make the trail. Well, it's for aesthetics though. You don't really need it, but I'm just going to set the sprite's ghost effect by about 50, and then setting it back to 0 after stamping. So what this does, it's going to make make a stamped clone that is more transparent than the main sprite, which makes the trail more aesthetic. So in the delete trail, this is actually going to be in here. But first, we want to set some things. I've tested this out. I've tested this out when I wasn't recording, and you have to trust. You have to trust with me. You need to set the ghost block by 80. Then so set go. I just deleted it. Sorry. Do that back. I can just undo that. Set ghost effect to 80 to make two, and then now you know what? We're just gonna hide that. We're gonna set the ghost effect to 80. Then when I receive delete trail, we're gonna stamp. And well, look, we've made a trail. We made a beautiful looking trail. So the one that generates these blocks, the trail, the player, well, it's stamping out clones that are more transparent than the player, and then this delete trail stamps this sprite or this background. It is overlapping with the stamped clones from the player, but since it is more transparent than the stamped clones generated by the player, it's going to need more stamped clones to be able to overlap with one of the stamped clones from the player. Therefore, and if you do this multiple times, then and as we're doing it multiple times due to this forever loop, it is creating the trail that we are seeing right now. I'm just gonna set the ghost effect to 0. And that also makes a beautiful trail. But for aesthetics, I'm gonna set this back to 65. Okay, don't do that, 65. Well, you could implement this. You could implement this to your projects to make them stand out or make the UI more beautiful. And well, this is it for the lesson, and thank you, and make sure to subscribe and like if you like it. Bye bye.